Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web.
This is Education Sport Radio.
Welcome to ES Podcast. Today we're going to give you some tips on how to live on a boat with nice strangers. Marco, what is something you should always remember?
I always should remember to be respectful with others, because the boat is a place where you should share things with others. Raffaella, what you should bring with you?
I always bring with me my vitamins to have more energy, because on the boat you are going to move a lot.
Camilla, what is something you should always be prepared for?
You should always leave your phone in the cabin, especially if you don't want to lose it in the sea, and because it is not easy to get down in the water and take your phone back, and if you manage to do it, you are not sure that it's going to work again. Alessandro, what is something you should always be ready for?
Something you should always be ready for is to help the captain, because the captain has the control of the boat and everybody should listen to him for common safety.
Giulia, what should always bring with you?
I will always bring with me my mask to see the fish, because during this experience you can see a lot of sea creatures and it's not nice to miss them. Eduardo, what is something you should be prepared for?
Respect your role, because if everyone does it, the boat will not have trouble and you always find it clean.
Fede, what should you be prepared for?
Be prepared for the division of spaces, because in the boat there are small spaces and you want yourself, other people to be comfortable. Elena, what should you be aware of?
You should be aware of not fall out in the sea, because it's difficult to get on the boat again, especially during navigation. It's not safe to stop the boat, and especially when you are far from the coast. Now, let's hear some other tips from Esprit crew.
Thank you, Mondo X crew. Now me, Agatha, and my new friends of Esprit crew will give more advices on how to stay on a sailboat for a week with 8 strangers. Camilla, what should you always remember to on a sailboat?
For me, you should always remember to block the door of the cabin and walk in the right place if you don't want to hurt yourself. Agatha, what should you always bring you on a sailboat?
For me, you should always bring you your sun cream, hat, towel, and sunglasses, because the sun hurts your eyes. And of course, shala and nice shirt.
Rebecca, what is that you should never forget to on a sailboat?
Be respectful towards the other people and environment. Put up the little stairs after the baths. Leonardo, what should you ready to on a sailboat?
For me, make new experiences, overcome your fears, cooking, set up the table, washing the dishes for everyone.
Nicola, what should you beware of when coming on the boat?
For me, you should be aware of sea dolphins, sharks and whales, do fun games, and discover new place. Viola, what should you be prepared for on a sailboat?
For me, you should be prepared for not using too much water, little spaces, beautiful swim, new friendship, and also sea sickness.
Mathieu, what should you be careful for on a sailboat?
For me, you should be careful for the VC, the direction of the rope around the winch, and everything on the boat, because it's fragile. And of course, be careful of the boom, because it can hurt your head really bad.
Thank you, crew. Now let's hear what Maya's crew has to say.
Thank you, Esprit. Here's Maya. Also, we're gonna talk about life in boat. Dev, what do you have always to remember during the navigation?
I always remember to close the blow, because if the water come inside, it is a problem. And Cheryl, what do you need to always bring with you?
When you're on a boat, you always need to take with you sunscreen because you will stay all day under the sun and without it you'll get a very bad sunburn. And you, Elisa, what's you never have to forget?
You never forget to do another swimming costume because when you go out in the sea, you don't go in the cabin. And Chiara, what do you need to be ready to?
You be ready to listen the captain because it's important to listen the command. And Jack, what do you need to?
I need to be aware danger, especially jellyfish. And Ale, what do you need to be prepared for?
I'm always prepared for help the captain if he needs some help. And you, Vlad, what always you need bring with you?
I always need to bring with my sunglasses because the sun is very dangerous for the eyes. And now, have a nice evening. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web.
This is Education Sport Radio.